If you've ever walked through farmland that looks dull, lifeless, and starved of growth, you know the feeling. It's like standing in a place where the heartbeat of the earth has gone quiet. And yet, in the rolling hills of Amish country, there's an old-world secret that farmers have been quietly practicing for generations. They don't just plant and hope. They revive the very soil beneath their boots. To them, the ground is not just a medium for crops. It's a living organism, and when it's sick, it needs nourishment. What they spread over dead soil might look humble to the untrained eye, but to the Amish, it's the key to bringing life roaring back. Today we're going to dive into that secret, where it comes from, how it works, and how anyone, even far from Amish country, can put it to use. Before we uncover the what, we need to understand the why. To the Amish, farming is not just an occupation, it's a covenant with the land. Soil is not dead matter. It's alive with unseen creatures, networks of fungi, colonies of bacteria, and burrowing earthworms. If the soil is exhausted, the plants above will always reflect that weakness. Many modern farms pump artificial fertilizers into the ground, creating quick growth but leaving the deeper structure of the soil neglected or even damaged. The Amish take a different approach, one that mirrors how farming was done before the era of industrial chemicals. Their belief is simple: feed the soil first, and it will feed you back 100-fold. Here's where the secret lies. The Amish revival method centers on a powerful, slow-releasing soil amendment, a blend that usually combines decomposed animal manure, rotted straw, kitchen scraps, and crucially, wood ash. This isn't just random organic matter thrown together, it's built on centuries of observation, trial, and adaptation. The manure provides a steady release of nitrogen, the straw adds carbon and helps maintain soil structure, the kitchen scraps introduce diverse organic compounds, and the wood ash delivers a natural dose of potassium, calcium, and trace minerals that many soils lack. Together, these elements do what synthetic fertilizers can't. They heal the soil's biology as well as its chemistry. When this mixture is spread over depleted ground, it doesn't just feed plants, it feeds the soil life itself. Earthworms move in almost immediately, tunneling through and dragging organic matter deeper. Microbes flourish, breaking down the complex compounds into forms plants can easily absorb. The calcium from the ash helps balance soil pH, making nutrients more available, while the potassium strengthens plant cell walls, making them more resilient to disease. Over time, the structure of the soil changes. What was once compacted and lifeless becomes crumbly, aerated, and rich-smelling, true living soil. It's important to note that this transformation doesn't happen overnight. The Amish aren't in a hurry. They often prepare a plot one season ahead, allowing the soil to rest and rebuild before planting the next major crop. By the time seeds hit the ground, the soil is already humming with life. Though we call it the Amish method today, the principles behind it are ancient. Similar practices were used by early European farmers who mixed manure with wood ash and plant waste to keep their fields fertile year after year. Even the ancient Chinese, thousands of years ago, wrote about the value of returning organic matter to the soil instead of letting it go to waste. The Amish, however, have preserved and perfected this practice while much of the modern world abandoned it in favor of chemical quick fixes. In doing so, they've kept alive a method that works not just for one season, but for generations. You don't need acres of farmland or a horse-drawn plow to benefit from this approach. A smaller-scale version can transform even the most tired backyard garden beds. Start by collecting organic materials. If you have access to livestock manure, ensure it's well rotted before use. Fresh manure can be too harsh and may burn plant roots. Mix it with shredded straw or dry leaves for carbon. Add in your kitchen vegetable scraps, and incorporate a sprinkling of clean, untreated wood ash. Blend them in a pile and allow nature to do its work for several weeks to months. When the mixture has turned dark, crumbly, and earthy smelling, it's ready to spread over your beds. If you want to follow the Amish timing more closely, apply the mixture in late fall, giving winter's freeze-thaw cycles time to further break it down. Come spring, your soil will be in far better shape to support healthy, vigorous growth. One of the biggest advantages of this method is that it builds long-term fertility rather than providing short bursts of nutrition. Chemical fertilizers often give plants an immediate boost, but they can leave soil organisms starved and may even degrade soil structure over time. The Amish mixture, on the other hand, acts as a slow-release banquet for both plants and soil microbes. It doesn't just grow one good harvest, it sets the stage for many more to come. Additionally, this organic approach helps retain moisture in the soil, reducing the need for frequent watering, and it creates an environment where plants develop deeper, stronger roots. Those roots not only feed the plant better, but also help prevent erosion, keeping valuable topsoil right where it belongs. Part of the reason this method continues to thrive in Amish communities is, well, the philosophy behind it. They don't see soil as something to be exploited until it's used up. Instead, they see themselves as caretakers, holding the land in trust for their children and grandchildren. Every handful of rich soil is the result of years of mindful work, and every harvest is a reminder that healthy earth will always give back when treated well. In an era when much of agriculture is obsessed with speed and yield at any cost, the Amish approach stands as a quiet counterpoint, a reminder that true abundance comes from patience, observation, and respect for natural systems. It's a message as relevant today as it was hundreds of years ago. When you adopt this Amish-inspired method, you're not just feeding your plants. You're joining a tradition of soil stewardship that stretches back through centuries of human history. You're participating in a cycle of giving back to the earth so it can give back to you. Whether you're tending a vast farm or a single raised bed, the principle remains the same. Healthy soil grows healthy life. If this glimpse into the Amish way of reviving the land has inspired you, imagine what your own soil could become with the right care. Try it. Watch your garden transform. And most importantly, carry the lesson forward, because in the end it's not just about crops, it's about sustaining the living foundation beneath our feet. If you enjoyed this deep dive into historical farming wisdom, make sure to subscribe to In the Beginning for more stories that connect our past to the present. Share this with someone who loves both history and the land, and let's keep these time-tested traditions alive for the next generation.